Hi everyone, it is February 28th, and I am filming a book haul, and I know my other video was a book haul video, and so I don't want you guys to be like, oh my gosh, this bitch keeps filming all these stupid hauls, but it's tax time, okay, holler, holler for the tax return. So I just been big pimping at the bookstore, like big pimping, spinning cheese, buying books. Yeah, but I kind of need to slow down. So, and two, my hauls are not like these, like annoying, like, oh, I just bought all these books, because I usually go to the used bookstore, and if I spend more than like 20 bucks, that's a big deal. So, and I am going to do some other videos. I have some plans for some other videos. I'm going to talk about my knitting, because I'm almost done with my socks. I'm going to do a February wrap-up. I'm going to review the book that I'm reading now, if I can ever get finished with it. And also, I am going to talk about the books that I'll be reading in March. So stay tuned for those. But anyways, so I have a book haul. I went to Barnes & Noble today with my husband and my son, and I also went to the Goodwill Bookstore. If you're wondering about the new background, we totally bought a new house, and it's awesome. Not really. This is my mother-in-law's house, so we came up here for the weekend so I could pick up my kids. And so, because they were with their grandmother. So we're here now, and I have this really pretty background. But, yeah, this is not my house. So, anyways, went to Barnes & Noble and the Goodwill Bookstore with my husband, and got a couple of things that I'm really excited about, and so I wanted to talk about them, and yeah. So let me move on. Okay. First thing is, I got this cute little tote from Barnes & Noble. It's To Kill a Mockingbird. And it's like one of those bags you would use at the grocery store or something like that. And when I saw it, I had to get it. It was $1.99. And they had a bunch of other ones. They had Gone with the Wind. I can't remember the other ones. So I might end up going back and getting some other ones because they were really, really cool. And I loved them. Yeah, loved them. So I'll talk about what I got from Barnes & Noble. Even though I didn't go to Barnes & Noble first. I went to the Goodwill Bookstore first. But whatever. YOLO. So I got... The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, which I'm super, super, super stoked about because it's supposed to be very funny. And I love books that can make you laugh. So, I don't know. It looks so wacky. So, and I love wacky and quirky and weird, and so I'm excited about that. And then I got The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak because I am in this group on Goodreads that is YouTube reviewers. And so they said, oh, well, what if we pick a book every month, and then everybody has to review this book. And so this is the book that they picked. The theme was historical fiction, and so they picked The Book Thief. I was not going to buy this because I'm kind of tired of buying books and not liking them, and so the other books that I bought, with the exception of one, were books that I just want to own, even though I haven't read them. This one I was like, I'm just going to get it from the library because I just don't want to pay money for this book if I don't like it. But honestly, what made me buy it was the name. It's called The Book Thief, and I could totally see myself stealing a book. Like, so, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this, because I could totally be a book thief. So, that's what made me buy it, honestly. Even though I wish I would have gotten the hardcover, because I just like hardcover. But it was 20 bucks, and this one was 12, and so, yeah. And honestly, the reason why I was going to get the hardcover, and then the reason why I switched to the paperback is because my husband was like, you can only get one book, because we bought books at the other store, and I was like, no. And he was like, you can only get one book, and I was like, no. And so then when he picked up his book, it was like 16, 17 bucks, and I was like, well, what if if I get two books, and they equal up to the amount of the one book that you got? So he was like, oh, whatever, Peter, like, go ahead. So even though my two books together equaled up to more than his book, but we ain't gonna tell him that, okay? So so that's how I ended up getting two books, and that's why I got the paperback instead of getting the hardcover. I'm sure eventually I'll end up purchasing the hardcover if I like the book. And so actually I guess I'm kind of glad that I got the paperback, because if I don't like it, I'm gonna be mad that I spent $20 on a hardcover of a book that I didn't like. So, whatever. That was Barnes & Noble. The next books that I am going to showcase I got from the Goodwill Bookstore, yay, because I love used books because they're cheap and they're awesome. And so I got John Steinbeck of Mice and Men, very small. It was $1.99. I love this. I read this in 4th grade, I think. And, or 5th grade, or one of them grades. And it's actually a really funny story because they showed the movie in class. And at the end, when, George dies, or whoever dies, I don't remember, I cried really bad. Like I did this really dramatic cry where I was like, and I like put my head in my hands. It was really sad. The kids made fun of me for the rest of the day. Like I could see them in the cafeteria going, and then I remember my friend April, she said to me, she was like, I cried too, but I just didn't let people know that I cried. Why couldn't you hide it? But I was so moved by this story and the rabbits and all this stuff like that. And it was just so sad. And I love this book. And so I saw it. It was $1.99. I bought it. I was looking for the Grapes of Wrath. But they had a mice in it, and so I bought a mice in it. Also, this one I'm super thrilled about is The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. I have been wanting this book forever, and the used bookstore that I normally go to, they didn't have it, and then the one that they did have, it was a collector's edition. It was $30, and I was like, ain't nobody got time to be paying no $30 for no collector's edition of some old book. Okay, so, especially an old book that I have never read. But yeah, I bought this. It's about this guy who works in the meatpacking industry back in like the early turn of the century, 1900s. And this book was actually a very revolutionary book because of this novel, which just goes to show you the power of books. It revolutionized the whole process of how they inspect our meat and stuff like that, because it really just showcased the horrors of what was going on in the meatpacking industry at the time, and it caused a social change. So it just goes to show you how powerful books are. And so I've wanted this book for a really long time. It's a novel, but it's one of those kinds of books that would probably go down as one of those great books of American literature, I guess, or influential, who the hell knows. Anyways, I'm really excited about this book, and so I can't wait to read it. I will definitely be getting to this in this year. Hopefully I like it. Whoops. And then the last one that I got, which actually Rachel Wrights talked about this book in her 10 most influential books video, and I put a link down in the bottom. And she said it was like one of her most influential books, and it's called The House of Sand and Fog. I don't know anything about this book, House of Sand and Fog, whatever. I know nothing about this book. I don't know what the synopsis. I read it. Never really heard of it. I heard the movie. But she talked about this, and I was like, you know what? And they had it, and I was like, I'm going to get this because I love the name, honestly. So it just sounds so mysterious. House of Sand and Fog, you know. But anyways, it sounds interesting, and it's supposed to be a very good story. And so, yeah, so I picked it up, and it was $3.99. The Jungle was $3.99, so yay for cheap books. And so, yeah, so those are my acquisitions, and I'm excited about those. I'm getting back into the groove of things, and so I will definitely be filming more often. Like I said, I will have a February wrap-up video. I do want to talk about the books that I'm going to read in March, but because I'm not at home, I don't have them, so I can't, like, pull them from the shelves and say, okay, well, I'm going to be reading this, I'm going to be reading that. So I'll probably have to do that when I get back home, but honestly, I might just do it and just talk about the books, and y'all can look them up yourselves. So, but yeah. Anyways, 8 minutes and 23 seconds. I've got to learn to shut up. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night. It is late. My eye is all funky and red because I think my contact is bugging it. And I am going to go now. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace in the Middle East.